Hello and welcome back to the course Private Pilot Maneuvers. Today we'll discuss go-arounds. Now, a go-around is the procedure that you do if you need to discontinue the approach. There are many reasons for go-arounds. One could be that air traffic control instructs you to go around because maybe the runway is still blocked. Or in any case, also on an uncontrolled airfield, there is some hazard on the runway. Could be an animal, for example, or an airplane that's lining up on a runway while you're on short final, for example. Some other reasons might be wind shear, wake turbulence, any mechanical failure that you would like to sort out before landing, or simply an unstable approach. So one very common scenario would be that you approach too high and too fast. It's a short runway and you will not be able to meet your landing performance. So you make a very good decision, that is to go around. A go around decision is actually almost never wrong. The go around is also standard procedure. It's not dangerous except if it's flown incorrectly. And it gets more critical, of course, the closer you are to the ground. So if a situation develops where a go around might be necessary, it's better to go around earlier than later, of course. Okay, so, well, the basic procedure is actually almost the same for all airplanes. First concern is power. Well, you want to transition now from a descent to your landing runway into a climb. And obviously you need power for that. So your first concern should be to add takeoff power smoothly and continuously to the maximum power that is available or allowed in a certain situation. Normally this is simply takeoff power. In a Cessna 152, for example, you simply could push the throttle full forward. Now, if you want to have full power, you also have to switch off the carb heat. So this would be a good time to do it. And then you need to take into account that there is quite an inertia of an airplane that's settling towards the ground in a landing approach. So it takes a while until you have established a safe climb. That's what you should do next. Establish an attitude that will eventually take you into a climb. However, don't do that too prematurely, so don't pull up briskly. This might lead to a stall. Just get the nose up, at the same time applying full power. There might be a need to briefly almost level off to gain some speed, but then without further delay, establish your climb attitude and climb away. Immediately when you have added power and switch the carb heat off, you should retract the flaps one step, but just one step. And then when you have established a safe climb and a safe climb airspeed, you can retract the flaps incrementally. If you have a retractable gear, retract the gear as soon as you have established a positive rate of climb, because if you go around very close to the ground, the airplane may even settle onto the ground briefly, and then of course you would like to have the landing gear out. Also keep in mind that the airplane will probably be trimmed for the final approach. So if you then suddenly apply full power to go around and you try to get the nose up, that you will have quite high control forces. So use your trim as soon as possible to get rid of those forces. All right, so to sum up, if you need to go around, it's better if you make the decision earlier than later, of course. Apply full power, switch the carb heat off. Sometimes some people switch the carb heat off on short final. I also do that normally. So when I'm on very short final, I switch off the carb heat if it was switched on, so that in the event that I have to go around, it is already switched off and I have full power available, because this is something that is very easily forgotten during a go around, to actually switch the carb heat off. And then establish a safe climb attitude, not too briskly. Keep in mind there's a lot of inertia for the airplane settling towards the runway and then going into a safe climb, and retract the flaps incrementally. This is something that can be very well trained in the practice area. For example, you don't need to do this at the airport. You can try this a few times just away from the airport, and then eventually try it, of course, with a real runway on a real airport, so that you're ready to do a go-around whenever it will be necessary. Okay, this concludes the lesson, or the briefing actually, of go-arounds. So let's try this out in the airplane. I'll see you there.